Combos with Ma is available wherever you listen to podcasts, on iTunes, on Spotify, on Amazon, and about 24 other places as well. Take us with you on a car drive as you wash your dishes or as you soak in the tub. You can listen to me and my ma talk some shit.
That's right.
All right, Birdie Mae, are you ready for this?
I am ready.
I think we dial this up. This is Convos with Mom. My name is Aaron Aditero. That's my co-host over there, the 87-year-old Birdie Mae Allison. Hello, Ma.
Hello, Aaron.
And we're going to talk about something historical because you're historical, Birdie Mae.
I am.
And that is all coming up right after this. Did you just say ouch? Something biting you over there, Birdie Mae?
No.
All right, Ma. Hello. How are you today?
I'm good.
All right, this is August the 5th.
Yeah, 2 degrees cooler.
Is it 2 days? I haven't been outside yet.
Yeah,
That's not true. I threw the trash away and I melted off my hand, but I'm growing a new one.
Okay.
All right. So this is August 5th. So what we've been doing for the first 3 episodes of season 2 is talking about the 10 things that happened on that day.
Right.
Today I thought we'd do a little twist and think about just one thing that happened on that day over 10 different topics. How are you thinking about that?
Sounds good.
I think it sounds good too. This also creates an ocean of content that we can pull from if we ever wanted to do that.
This is true.
All right, so after I sipped on this, you know what happened? You know what happened today on August 5th in 1962?
No, but I think you're going to tell me.
Well, let's start it off with, I'm looking at all my sound effects here, and...
Sound effects were invented?
Yes, they were not invented then. Yeah, they probably were. Of course they were, but I was looking for that. So let's go ahead and start with number 1. The biggest thing I found that might be of interest, and I hope you find it interesting, is the death of Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, I think that is very interesting.
So there was a discovery. The official story begins. Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her Brentwood, California home at the age of 36. Around 3 a.m., housekeeper Eunice Murray notices a light under Marilyn's bedroom door. She knocks, but gets no response. The door's locked.
Oh.
Thanks for playing along, Birdie Mae. I mean, I don't know how this is going to go, so let's just talk about that. Do you remember anything about Marilyn Monroe's death?
I don't remember anything about her death. I think they found her in her bedroom naked.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and finish reading all of this. Murray calls Marilyn's psychiatrist, who happens to be on the phone nearby, Dr. Ralph Greenson, who breaks the window and enters the bedroom where they find Marilyn face down on her bed, nude, telephone nearby, empty prescription bottle is found in the room.
What was the prescription?
That's an excellent question. I have no idea. Barbiturates laced with, Skittles.
Who put them there?
All right. There's a lot of, I don't have the full report. I'm discovering this as you're discovering this, Ma. It's a good point because I don't think anybody knows. It says the Los Angeles Police Department rules her death a probable suicide. That's literally a quote, probable suicide caused by an overdose of sleeping pills.
Maybe someone else did it that had a key to her bedroom.
Well, people consider that, people, how should I say this? People don't want to think of a person taking their own life, and so they manufacture possibilities. I mean, frankly, I think she probably just took her own life. But
I don't know why she would. She was having a good life. She was even mixed with the Kennedys.
Well, that's coming up, I think, a little bit later. She was a beautiful woman, but maybe what we don't consider is maybe being in the spotlight is terrifying.
And she had the famous photo standing on the air thing with her skirt blowing. And
people called her, she had the best body, and then she took her panties off, and everyone like, oh, gross.
Oh, is that what happened?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of odd, though, huh? I mean, you think you'd be left forever, huh? Let's go ahead and move on to segment 2 of our 10. What happened in Marilyn's final hours? Want to hear about this?
I do.
All right, so earlier that day, Marilyn accepts delivery of a bedside table and citrus trees for her home. hardly the actions of someone putting their affairs in order. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree.
But I don't think people, when they kill themselves, are thinking about it all day. I think this is like kind of like a spur of the moment thing.
But she accepted the stuff, put it wherever it was supposed to go, then went into her bedroom and took off all her clothes so she could take her pills.
That's an excellent question. I'll go ahead and continue. She reportedly argues with her friend and publicist, Pat Newcomb. Some say it was about Marilyn's health, while others believe it involved Newcomb's connections to the Kennedy family. It's possibly. It's all speculation. How will we possibly know, right? As you put a French fry in your mouth. Good job, Birdie Mae. Around 7 p.m., former stepson, Joe DiMaggio Jr., calls and later says Marilyn sounded cheerful and upbeat. That doesn't sound like somebody would kill themselves, correct?
No, it does not.
Although if I'm sad, I'm not going to go like, hello, who is this?
I think you would be a little bit sad on the phone, though, if you were, or why would you even answer the phone knowing who it is if you're planning on doing the job?
Well, back then you didn't know. There was no call ID. You just said, hello, right? You just kind of...
Why even answer at all?
No one called all day? You're like, someone's thinking of me.
I'm sure she had one of those little answering machines.
Oh, it's Joe Jr. Damn. It's not who I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
About 30 minutes later, actor Peter Lawford, you know who that is?
I do know who that is.
I have no idea who that is. Calls to invite her to dinner. He says her speech is slurred and difficult to understand.
Oh, wow. Did she answer the phone?
I would love to go to dinner, bitch. Something like that.
Why would you even answer the phone if you're in that state of mind?
It's the second time you asked that. Someone calls you, you're like, who is it?
Yeah, but she's already sad and sounding like she's drugged. Why would she answer the phone?
Because it's loud.
Okay, well, there's a lot of questions.
I mean, you're asking questions that I have answers for. But anyway, before hanging up, Marilyn reportedly says, say goodbye to Pat, say goodbye to the president, and say goodbye to yourself because you're a nice guy. This is a quote.
Oh, how sad.
Mm-hmm. And was this simply the effect of medication or something more significant?
I don't think that was true.
Well, that's what he said was, we calling him a liar.
All right, Peter Lorre, you big bug-eyed man.
It's not Lorre, it's Lawford. You know who you're talking about? Peter Lawford.
Oh, that man.
Not bug-eyed at all, huh?
I don't know.
Owl face.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that is, but that's all speculative towards a suicide, yes?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to segment 3. You having fun, Ma?
I am.
All right, cool. Everything was falling apart. Her personal and professional life had become increasingly unstable. Just weeks before her death, 20th Century Fox fires Marilyn from Something's Got to Give because of repeated absences from filming. The studio points to chronic lateness and illness, while others blame her growing dependence on prescription medication.
I think she probably had
Hey, by the way, go ahead
with
and have some French fries first before you answer.
I did. I think that she probably had a date with President Kennedy, so that's why she was always late.
I don't understand the connection is.
Well,
was Kennedy always late?
If he called her and asked her out on a date, wouldn't you just say, I'm going out with the president and I'll be there later?
Well, no, she wasn't showing up to work on time.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not going on a date with the president at 6 a.m.
We don't know that.
Well, I kind of do. She's going to I've been on 1,000 sets, as you well know. And this is something, call as early so they can get as much filming done during the day as possible.
Oh, okay.
So she's not going on a date at 5:30 in the morning. No?
I don't know.
I don't know why you want to argue this point. Just agree with me.
I do agree with you.
Okay. What are you looking around for? What are you looking for?
There's a picture missing.
This has nothing to do with this. What do you mean there's a picture missing?
Well, we'll continue this.
All right. Well, you are totally all over the place. All right. A picture is missing. Sorry, Marilyn, but apparently there's somebody came in and stole one of the frames from the wall.
Took my picture.
All right, I'll continue. Losing the role is a public embarrassment for the world's biggest movie star and creates uncertainty about her future. Marilyn had also become increasingly isolated, relying heavily on doctors, psychiatrists, and close friends. Why do you have your doctor's psychiatrist number just there for your housekeeper to call? That's kind of odd, right?
I don't know, but wouldn't they be aware that she's in this state of mind and try to help her?
I'm just going to say something. I had a friend who When she turned 30, she broke down and cried like a little baby. And I was like, what are you so upset for? It's just a number. And she's like, but it's so kind of over now. I'm never going to be, I look the same as yesterday. I'm still hot as fuck. But now when I tell somebody I'm 30, they go, yuck.
I thought actually the 30 to 40 was when you're in the prime of life.
The only reason I bring it up is because she's 36 at this point. She's increasingly becoming more and more isolated. And, maybe she's thinking this to herself. This is over. I'm on the other side of 30. I'm 36 now. I'm on my way to 40.
Oh, I don't know. To me, that's not an age to be thinking that it's over.
Well, for someone who's 87, of course.
Yeah, I'm 87.
You're not even halfway,
still not
bitch.
over.
Yeah, right. But everything was falling apart. So that's a possibility. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, maybe so.
All right, let's move on. How about segment 4? You keep bringing it up, the Kennedy questions. The connection everyone has heard about. What do you know about this?
I know that I heard, anyway, that she was involved with President Kennedy. But why would he? Well, I don't know. Marilyn Monroe was probably...
She had sex with both boys.
Oh, really?
She had sex with both
Bobby,
Kennedy,
too?
They tag team. They're like, high five, Bobby.
Yeah.
And they're like, bring the car over and bring the hole at the same time.
But then we had Jackie in the picture, and she was an awesome lady, so...
She wasn't interested in the threesome, no. She's like...
No, but...
busy playing golf.
Why would President Kennedy be so involved with Marilyn when he had Jackie?
Oh, my God. She said with her hands wide open. Let me guess. You don't want to have sex with Marilyn Monroe because Jackie Onassis is around?
Yeah, and you're the president.
I want to have sex with all of them.
Maybe. I don't know.
Marilyn had documented relationships with both President John F. Kennedy and his brother Bobby Kennedy. Peter Lawford, the man who spoke to Marilyn on her final evening, was married into the Kennedy family. Her comment about the president has become one of the most quoted lines in the entire case. Over the years, confirmed relationships have been mixed together with rumors and conspiracy theories. So no one really knows that the Kennedys were tag teaming her, but we all kind of know.
And maybe that's why she's no longer with us.
Do you think somebody related to the Kennedys went in and killed that bitch?
It's a possibility.
They're like, your mouth is too wide. You're flapping around. You're talking too much shit.
And then when she sang happy birthday to the president in such a sexual way, he probably said, oh
my God.
Got to get rid of this lady.
So I'm never going to be president with this lady around.
Right. So anyway.
It's possible.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to burp.
Go ahead.
And maybe I won't. I'm going to have some water there. How about we listen to this for a second? We made French fries, and we have a new air fryer. And just for funs and giggles, and now we keep eating them, and it's getting in the way. Let's move on, Mom.
Let's move on.
Segment 5, reasonable doubt. Why do some people reject the suicide ruling?
Probably because of the involvement with the Kennedys, and he was the president, and Bobby Kennedy was also looking to go forward in politics.
Conspiracy theorists are saying, this is probably...
They didn't want her to ruin all those wonderful plans they had.
That's true, but you could also talk someone into suicide. Remember that girl got time for telling, well, just kill yourself then. She was sent to jail. She was texting him, stop bitching like a little baby and do it already. And so she got in trouble for that.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody did that to Marilyn.
They're like, Marilyn, you're getting old.
You're 36.
You see those crow's feet?
Over.
There's no trips to Turkey to fix your face right at this point.
Yeah.
It's done. Critics point to unexplained bruising, missing phone records, and the delay before police were called.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. These unanswered questions have fueled conspiracy theories for more than 60 years. In 1982, the Los Angeles County District Attorney reviewed the case looking for evidence of murder. After reviewing the available evidence, investigators upheld the original conclusion of probable suicide.
Oh, somebody probably contacted him and said, hey, you better do this.
Well, people are looking for a salacious story. So they're like, what if we talked about this the other day when Geraldo Rivera went looking for the body of the missing gangster, right?
Right.
And then he opens up the tomb and it's empty.
And there's nobody.
So somebody probably goes like, what if I broke this open? I'll be the greatest journalist ever to live. And there's nothing.
This is true.
So I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of suspicion going on there.
The story, if you want to measure interesting stories, the interesting story is a collusion to kill versus a woman that just kills herself. The story is more salacious, more interesting, all those things. Wouldn't you agree?
True.
So, if she just killed herself, there's not much more to talk about.
And when they say probable suicide, that leaves it open for ever and
Why
ever.
use that language?
Like today, we're still talking about it.
That's true. We are still talking about it. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. And on our way back, we will talk more about the anniversary of the death of Marilyn Monroe. Convos with Ma is available everywhere you listen to podcasts. Don't be shy and listen to us on the road with your headphones in your head. We don't do a video version, although we do have a YouTube version of the audio. You can put it on YouTube if you want while you're meandering about your own home, and it can be on your screen, but it's just a picture of the thumbnail, but it's still our lovely voices. Isn't that nice, Mom?
That is nice.
But, we're old school podcasts. You can also go to our Substack, which is convoswithma.com, and you can get all of our updates, any kind of future things. There are some show notes that you can follow along with, and that's all on Substack, convoswithma.com.
Or take a trip to the mountains where it's nice and cool as you listen to our lovely voices.
That's true. You can get out of the valley and go somewhere cool as you enjoy a show, and then you can enjoy the previous show too. We're doing this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Just hook us up.
We're just talking, Ma. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree.
You said what?
All right, back to the show. Let's get on with our next one. We'll go ahead and move around here to... I'm trying to figure out all my buttons here. There's this one.
Buttons and bows.
And this one.
That sounds like a cricket.
It is a cricket. Are we happy to be back?
We're happy to be back.
All right, so there's some
Yay!
Oh, how long is that? Oh, it's almost over. All right, so let's go to number 6. We're halfway through, Mom. This one is called just Norma Jean. There was a woman before Marilyn Monroe. You knew that, though, right?
I did. I knew she was Norma Jean.
But nobody knew that while she was Marilyn Monroe. They discovered it after the fact. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't remember that they did.
Nobody knows what her original name was while she's alive and making movies. She's just Marilyn Monroe. No one says, what's your real name? Or do they?
I don't know.
Born Norma Jean Mortensen, the son of Morty.
That's right.
Which is, I guess, Scandinavian. She's a white lady. In 1926, she spent much of her childhood in foster homes and an orphanage after her mother struggled with mental illness.
Yes, I knew that.
I did not. She married at 16 before eventually discovering modeling during World War II. She discovered modeling, and modeling discovered that tight little body at 16. I mean, the idea of underage, girls underage being looked at as sexual kind of things has changed in modern day. But back then, a 16-year-old girl, that was legal tender, right?
In a lot of states, yes.
All the states. I think some states still. I found this to be very surprising. There are like 24 states or 23, something ridiculous that still says you can get married at 16. You are of age to have adult relations, all of that.
Yeah.
She said, yeah. She married at 16, and I already said that. In 1946, she signed with 20th Century Fox and became Marilyn Monroe. Behind one of the world's most famous faces was someone who spent much of her life searching for stability and acceptance. So she had a hard life.
Well, too, if her mom suffered mental illness, they say sometimes
it runs in the family, right?
It's hereditary.
That's right. Also, being in a foster home and an orphanage, I have to assume she probably had some abuse.
Probably.
So there's a thing that it's kind of true. I mean, I don't want to make too much of a joke about it, but it does make me laugh. I heard Dr. Drew, of all people, say that when someone suffers an event during their early life or teens, like they're raped by an uncle or something, that they stop growing mentally. So you'll see like 24-year-old girls going like, "Hey, everybody, I'm still a little girl. Don't you like my skirt?" And this is a grown-ass woman, but she has never mentally grown past the moment of her trauma.
Well, thank you for that information.
Well, I bring it up because Marilyn Monroe strutted around like a little girl most of her life. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, she was kind of
Boop, boop, hello,
giddy
Mr.
and,
President. So I'm going to
singing
assume
happy birthday to the president.
that she probably, was stunted.
Maybe
some
so.
point.
You never know.
I mean, she grew into this voluptuous body, but still was kind of mentally a child.
I know when you see some of the movies of the kids, mostly girls that were in those homes growing up, they were kind of mistreated like, hey, Annie with an E.
That's true, but she was ugly, though, so no one touched her. That's what she said. I'm just repeating what she said as a character.
She did say that.
Yeah, she did say that. So anyway, Norma Jean, she probably got rid of it and was happy to get rid of it. Norma Jean's in the past. Marilyn Monroe's in the future.
Yes.
That's probably a great
be
moment.
Someone special now.
That's right.
Going to be Marilyn Monroe.
All right, let's go to number 7. And as we talked about, the body as icon. I mean, you can remove her head and have a picture and you can go like, that's Marilyn Monroe.
Well, I don't know about that.
Of course. What about the dresses she wore?
I do, and I know, but she also had a head with those dresses.
I know that she was a beautiful woman,
And a face.
but the body. But what about the picture that she took on top of the air vent with her? She's holding her skirt from blowing up over her waist, right?
Well, I think probably somebody put her there to take that.
Well, they did
picture.
that on purpose. But I'm saying if you took her head off,
You would still know it was Marilyn Monroe.
yes.
Probably because we know the picture. We might not if we didn't know that
Well,
picture.
we knew it because it's sexy, and for that time was odd, right?
Her younger years growing up as Norma Jean, she had dark hair. Then she became a beautiful blonde as Marilyn Monroe.
You're talking about like her crotch? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her hair.
Her skirt blew up and like, oh, she is a blonde.
She had panties on.
The drapes match the curtains.
Oh, come on.
Within weeks of Marilyn's death, artist Andy Warhol began producing his famous Marilyn silkscreen portraits. It was of her face, of course. Her image quickly became one of the most recognizable pieces of pop art in the world. The smiling blonde face became a commercial symbol that often overshadowed the complicated woman behind it. A few celebrities have had their image transformed into art so quickly after their death. She was kind of immortalized.
Yes, she was. But I think she was a very sad person.
Did the icon replace the person, it says?
I'm sure it did.
Well, she's dead.
I think still deep inside she was a very unhappy, beautiful lady.
She was just pretty. And people like to look at it. People like to fantasize about her, being interested in them. She was, what people want in a physical relationship.
Well, she was no longer herself once she became Marilyn Monroe.
Who knows? You're hanging out with her. She's
was
beautiful.
somebody else.
She's agreed to have sex with you. And then when it's over, she's like, oh my God, don't you want a pizza?
Jeez.
And you're like, no, I don't want a pizza, Marilyn. Can I have a glass of whiskey now? Maybe she was annoying. We don't know.
Oh, maybe she was.
There's a movie called...
There are a lot of annoying people.
That's not the name of the movie, but there should be one called that. It's called My Week with Marilyn, where it shows her being unprofessional, being kind of like salacious with people that she shouldn't be with, breaking, emotional connections with men in her life for like a fling that would take a day or two. She just was kind of like ruining lives as she pushed through.
But yeah, you don't know if that was true. Somebody that got their feelings hurt because she said to them flat no. They decided to make her life.
Now, this was written by a PA who she took him into her life and had a little fling with on set. It was a week while,
So he was mad at her and made her look like a
he
bad
wasn't mad at her.
person.
He made her look very nice, but he did document everybody else's, kind of like how upset they were that she
So
was
he
doing
was
this.
jealous.
It's not about him. He's talking about the jealousy of the other people. He spent the week with Marilyn. He didn't give a shit.
Hey, he probably
Was
wanted
it-
to spend more than 1 week if he tried to ruin her life.
8 days.
8 whole days.
That's all you can take, and you got to get rid of her. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
I don't have any pizza. Number 8, Mom. We're getting there. We only have 3 more to go. Hollywood's open secret. You know about this?
I do not.
Well, her story wasn't unique. The old Hollywood studio system tightly controlled actors' appearances, schedules, and public image. Prescription drugs were common, and many studios quietly ignored or enabled addiction if it kept productions moving. Once Marilyn became unreliable, the same industry that made her famous quickly distanced herself. Her story reflects broader problems that affected many stars of the era. So once you're no good anymore to us, you kind of get spit out of the machine.
Is that what they call doping?
Well, doping is kind of more for sports, but you can dope. I guess you could. It's kind of like the Pink Floyd movie. Like, give them enough drugs to do another show,
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You're just I don't really give a shit about your health. My income is tied to your performance.
Oh, okay.
And if you're not making me any money, you can get the fuck out,
Shake your head
There's a lot
somewhere
of people.
else.
Think about Drew Barrymore as a young girl. She was so popular, and then she became addicted to everything by 14, and Hollywood said, gross, and they got rid of her.
And then she made a comeback.
She did, but my point is, instead of going like, look what we've recreated, we should probably help her now.
Well, she realized that drugs was not what was making her famous.
She got lucky and survived.
Her own personality.
A lot of people don't. There's a whole thing called the 27 Club
That's
of
true.
the people that have died as a young person. But Hollywood does do that. It does chew people up and spit them out pretty quickly.
Yes.
There's also a lot of people living in LA for as long as I have that never make it. They show up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. They get a job as a waiter or a bartender, and they go out and try to find work as an actor or an actress.
Well,
and they turn into nothing but kind of.
Well, there's a lot of young people, girls who are cute, pretty little girls and handsome little guys that don't age very well.
Well, they show up, but they're 21, and then by 31,
they look 40.
They're turned out and broken and heading back to Topeka, wherever
That's
the fuck
true.
they're from.
You look at all those child actors; they didn't end well.
Not all, some of them did.
A very few of them.
Look at Zendaya; she's cute. She was a child actress. So was a few.
Yeah, but she's hooked up with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man helped her out. I agree. All right, number 9, the first modern celebrity myth. Did Marilyn Monroe become the blueprint for the legend of celebrity? Did we follow anybody before that? We kind of, society had an infatuation with Elvis. That was before Marilyn, or was it happening at the same time? Before, right?
I think along in the same time.
I mean, Marilyn died in 62 at the age of 36. So in 52, she was 26. So it was about the same time.
Yeah.
And Elvis didn't die till later, until like the late 70s, right? Early 80s, around there.
I think he was in his 40s, wasn't he, when he died?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the year, So
Yeah, it
maybe
was
she
later.
was the first, celebrity death.
Maybe so.
We have her on a billboard. Like she's like, someone's tattooed her on the side of her face. She's like, Marilyn for life, I say,
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, books questioning the official suicide ruling began appearing almost immediately after her death. Television documentaries have revisited her death for decades, often promising new evidence or a fresh suspect. The FBI kept a file on Marilyn because of her connections to political influential people during the Cold War. And Netflix had a documentary called Blonde, introducing Marilyn to a new generation. I mean, she's basically still as popular as she was then.
Yes. Everyone in this world knows who Marilyn Monroe was.
Yep. People copied her. Think about Madonna's, Material Girl video. She dressed up and acted and replicated a Marilyn Monroe scene for that video.
Yeah.
So, people still look at her as a beauty icon, a celebrity mythical creature.
Yeah, and I don't think very often the fact that she possibly committed suicide is really a reminder to everyone who looks and reviews all of the Marilyn Monroe photos and her life. I don't think they stop and think that she committed suicide.
Well, they just know she died.
That she just died.
That's true.
That the president killed her.
Like, didn't someone kill her? Didn't the Kennedys kill her? People just jump to that conclusion.
People do jump to that conclusion.
Well, a lot of people become martyred, though, when they die. I mean, it happens a lot. Think of Kurt Cobain. He died when he was 27. People martyred that guy. They're like, he was great, one of the greatest songwriters ever. But we don't know if he would have survived, if he was be like bloated and bald and fat playing guitar on a halftime Super Bowl show. We don't know what would have happened to the future of him.
Yeah, but the number 27 became very popular. Everybody, once they passed 27, yay, I made it.
That's right. Like, then they really go get high. Huh? And finally, Mom, why does August 5th still belong to Marilyn Monroe? A lot of things happened on this day, but when you think about what is the anniversary of today, who was born today, who died today, what events happened today, she's number one on the list, which is why I picked her.
Of course she is, because she was a beautiful lady, and nobody really knows what happened to her. She was involved with politics, the president. Who knows if he had her killed or if maybe Jackie did away with her or what. Nobody really knows that.
Well, she was a massive star, too. People loved her. Men wanted to fuck her, and women wanted to be her.
And no one can say, even from little kids, when they see that photo of her on that air grate with her skirt blowing, everyone, even little kids today, know, well, that's Marilyn Monroe.
Not every little kid.
Well, most of them, because, of course, their parents have told them, that's Marilyn Monroe. She was a beautiful lady,
Maybe.
So.
Maybe a little older, not kids.
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't know who Marilyn Monroe was when I was a kid. I didn't know until I noticed women, our girls, when I was 13 maybe, I knew, oh, okay, that's Marilyn Monroe. If I was a kid, let's define kid. How old is a kid, Mom?
I would say 10, 11, 12.
10, 11, 12, Scooby-Doo and Little League
and
Baseball.
Marilyn Monroe.
I want a little fucking Marilyn Monroe in my life. Every August 5th, newspapers, documentaries, podcasts, websites. Everybody revisits her death, keeping the story alive more than 6 decades later. Marilyn memorabilia remains incredibly valuable. In 2016, the dress she wore while singing Happy Birthday to President Kennedy sold for, can you guess?
No, I can't.
$5 million.
Wow.
For
Is
that
somebody
one.
wearing it now?
No, it's probably, in a frame and wondering, you're wondering where it went because it was on your wall.
A tiny little picture
Did you
hanging
find the
hanging in the museum?
Which picture was missing yet?
Yeah, it's a picture of Arlen and Robin.
Oh yeah, it's not there. There's pictures of Arlen and Robin right there.
No, it was a different picture.
Okay, and you think I took it?
Well, nobody else lives here.
I have no interest in that. One last thing. Even people who have never seen one of her movies recognize her image. That's kind of interesting, right?
Right.
That's something that you can't. Elvis is that way.
I don't know that I ever saw a lot of movies with Marilyn Monroe, but I knew the picture with the grate. I knew she was a beautiful lady. She was involved with the president, and I don't know that I really. I did.
Do you know any of her movies at all?
I did see a movie called Norma Jean.
Yeah, but that was after the fact.
But that's
you don't know any of the movies she made while she was an actress?
She was married to Joe DiMaggio, the baseball player.
So you just know all the bullshit. You don't know any of her work?
No, not really.
Oh. You may like this movie, My Week with Marilyn, because it shows her being terrible at her job, and also it shows her being incredible at her job.
So they made her look bad.
No, it made her look unstable, which is probably what she was. It's kind of interesting. Like, do you know any faces of people that are popular or in the zeitgeist of popular culture that you don't have any idea about their art? Like, do you know what Tupac Shakur looks like?
I have no clue.
You don't know what Tupac looks like?
I think he's a black rapper, and that's all I know.
Yeah. So any black rapper, you're like, is that Tupac? Is that what you do?
I know what 50 Cent looks like.
Yeah, but he's not dead.
Oh, they have to be dead?
Well, I'm saying somebody that is dead, that you know their face, you know their image, you know something about him.
I do not know. I have seen shirts with Tupac on it, but I don't know what he looks
You know
like.
what Kurt Cobain looks like?
I do.
Have you ever heard any Nirvana music?
Probably, but I
Probably.
couldn't tell you what they were.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I know what Elvis looks like.
There's not a lot of people that have passed where you don't know there aren't. Marilyn Monroe was somebody that you can see her and you're like, I have no idea, like you just said, I have no idea what she did.
Right.
I just know she slept with that guy and slept with that guy and died. I mean, that's a weird thing to
I
be
just
remembered
know
for,
the
right?
gossip that was going around, whether it was all true or not, the photograph. And,
right.
But to actually know a lot about her life, no, I did not know.
You think you spend all the time making, I made 14 albums in my career, and they were all good. And the only thing you remember me for is having sex with a sheep.
I guess so.
You know, it's one of those things. Why you call me? You'll call me the album maker. You call me the goat fucker.
That's true.
Right? You don't know any of my art. You only know of the rumors.
Well, that's what they say. When you die, nobody remembers all the good things. They just remember the one bad thing that you might have done.
That's so true. That's very true, Mom. And that is it. The anniversary of the death of Marilyn Monroe, August 5th, 1962. Not a big fan, it seems like.
Well, it's sad that if she did commit suicide at that young age, she didn't feel like she had a lot to live for. That's kind of sad.
That's what happens with all people that kill themselves, Mom.
That being such a beautiful woman and having...
She may not have felt that way, though. She'd be like, look at these saggy titties. Oh, no.
I don't think so. I think she knew that she had a beautiful body and she was a beautiful
Do you know how much
lady.
metal is in this bra holding this stuff up? I'm falling to the earth. Gravity is winning. Gravity always wins.
I don't think at 36 it's too...
I don't know.
Gravity's too hot and
Maybe
heavily
she said, I don't
winning.
have any, I don't have anything anymore. She did have a kid, obviously. She had a Joe DiMaggio Jr.
But was he her kid?
I don't know.
I think it said stepson, didn't it?
It just said Joe DiMaggio Jr.
No, I don't think so. You look back at
All
your
right,
notes.
let's have a look at these notes.
I think it said stepson.
It said around 7 p.m., former stepson. You're right.
Yeah. So I don't think she had any children.
What is he calling her for, former stepson? Hey, Marilyn, I had my 21st birthday. Will you touch it now?
Oh, God.
Well, I don't know. What is he calling for?
I don't know why he called her. Maybe he knew she was having some
Do
problems.
you remember me? I'm Joe's son.
Maybe she had called him and said, hey, I need help.
I don't know. I mean, the cynic in me says, what are you doing calling her for there, buddy? You're like, hey, maybe,
Okay.
do you want to go have cheesecake?
Well, people still remember her, so I guess she left something good behind.
Well, she was obviously overly medicated because, how do you have your psychiatrist number on speed dial or whatever it was sitting right there next to the phone and have all those prescriptions, right?
Well, if she got to the point where she had to change her name
Yeah.
and her looks, a different hair, a different everything, she probably was not a very happy person. So,
Well, of course, Ma, she killed herself.
but we don't know that for sure.
Okay, she didn't kill herself.
She may have,
She was just
and
sad.
she may not have.
Luckily for her, when they killed her, she was so high, she didn't even know what happened.
Maybe so.
Why was she naked?
That's a good question.
The guy who killed her was like, it'd be ashamed if they found her covered.
That's right. I'm gonna leave her naked.
This is a piece of art, this body.
Yeah.
We gotta let...
Maybe that's in a photograph somewhere hanging on somebody's museum
Maybe
wall.
she was entirely clothed and
they-
to smite her.
They took her clothes
They
off.
said, here you go, the biggest insult in death.
The ones that hated her because she was involved with the president,
Look at her saggy titties.
they went in and did all this damage
Gravity
to
always
her.
wins.
Yeah. You never know. Hey, you never know what happens in the political world because people disappear.
Yeah, but she didn't disappear. She became dead.
She didn't disappear because she was still there. But a lot of people, they may become dead too, but you don't know where they are.
Sometimes you don't want to know.
Maybe not.
Good job, Ma. That's it.
Thank you, Aaron.
We're all done.
Thank you, Denise, for your help as a sponsor for us.
There's nothing in it. I don't have any sponsor today.
I know, but I'm going to say thank you to Denise anyway.
All right. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See you guys later.
Bye.
You want to finish your fries now?
I'm going to finish my fries now.
Comboswithmom.com. Come say hello. And like and follow and subscribe. Yeah, Mom?
Pass us along, friend.